My idea of an extraordinary life.
My idea of an extraordinary life. Happy after show. Why are you trying to get ready?
I thought you were about to throat chop me. I didn't know what you were doing. Hey, we are so excited to be back with you. This is the after show. You guys have told us you love it.
Yes.
You like hearing from us about personal experiences and what we have going on.
And this is the week of Christmas. I'm so excited.
I am pumped.
I love Christmas so much. It's the best time of the year. It's the time of the year that you can eat all the candies and not be worried. Caffeine free, calorie free.
You know what I love? I love because I bought the gifts 30 to 60 days ago. People are finally getting ready to open them. And I'm very, I do. But I'm so excited because I do. It's hard for me to hold on to the gifts. I want people to, as soon as I get it, I want them to have it.
I got a question.
Yes.
Do you buy gifts that you want people to buy for you, or do you buy gifts that actually extenuate them?
Okay. Talk to the hand. First of all, people, listen, I shop for the people because I buy stuff that they like.
That's not what I always want.
Oh, I know, but that's wrong. You shouldn't buy stuff for other people that stuff you want, because that's when you end up keeping it.
Yeah, because you just re-gift it.
All right, listen, we got hustles. We're busy right now, and it's time of year, the family, you're feeling obligations, you're feeling pulled left and right, the kids got functions going on and all this stuff. You're hustling and it's bustling right now, but I want to remind you, take a deep breath and make sure that you stay positive, you stay encouraged, and Laurie, what else do they need to do?
They need to be awesome. I'm in Christmas mode.
You need to hold on to the joy.
Yeah, I know, but I want to talk about my hustle.
Okay, talk about your hustles.
You're trying to skip.
I'm sorry.
No joy yet.
Okay, fine. What hustles do you have going on?
This is what really this looks like.
Okay.
We have to tone it down during the show. Okay. So I want to be personal about this and talk about the hustles we have going on.
What do you have going on?
Right. So I have, and I talked a little bit about the show.
Yep.
But I wanted to say the cool thing is that we actually are planning a retreat for my publishing company January 2nd. I forgot to tell you that. January 2nd. So we're trying to plan all that.
Gotcha.
We just handed out a bunch of bonuses and I love yous to everybody in the company, which was fun. I know, it was so much fun.
Yes.
I have my grandbabies and we have Christmas Eve coming up, and then we travel to Texas on Christmas morning. But some of the cool things that are new is the Extraordinary Life Project.
Yep.
Also the EC Project, our other project that we're working on.
Yep.
Those are all brand new things that are happening at the same time of continuing to build the companies that we have in the hustle. We have a community group for the first time this year, so got involved at the church, got a community group, which I mentioned. There's 45 wonderful people coming.
That's fantastic.
On this Sunday actually, to do a Christmas celebration with us, and that's the first time we've ever had that.
That's neat.
We have family that we're real close to,
Right.
close friends, where we have like an ugly sweater Christmas party or any of those things.
Right.
Dude, real quick memory. One year we had an ugly sweater Christmas party with the women at church a couple of years ago. And I think it was Katie or I, my oldest daughter, one of us wore one of my mom's sweaters to the ugly sweater Christmas party, thinking it was supposed to be an ugly sweater. And when my mom got there, she was like, "Why do you have on my blue sweater?" And we were like, So, anyways, what's your hustles? Talk about your hustles.
My gosh, I mean, well, like you just mentioned, we've got several new projects going on. The Extraordinary Life Project, ta-da! The Extraordinary Collective, ta-da! I've got my boys that are older teenagers now. They're 17, 16, 14.
Wow.
So Christmas looks totally different. I've got families spread out,
everywhere,
primarily in Kentucky. And then I'm here, and then juggling my own businesses as well as the stuff you and I've got going on. So it's been busy, but at the same time, I'm very excited. Very excited, very encouraged, because I know the Lord's involved and is kind of paving and opening doors and doing the right kinds of relationships for me, which is fantastic. Plugged in with the church that I'm really enjoying, and just having a great time, you guys. And so this time of year, it is busy, but I'm telling you, I'm finding joy.
I love that, and that's a great segue, because what we want to talk about next was specifically, how do we recapture and hold on to our joy?
Well, I mean, for me, first and foremost is I'm very grateful. I have joy in memories. I've got joy for the future, but I have joy in the present. and that's spending time with my boys and my family. Spending time with great friends like you and Jacob and Katie, and just good folks in my life. And so, it's for me, it's making sure that I don't get over busy.
Yes.
Even mentally, that I really kind of downshift. I talked about the parking lot in the show before, making sure that I allow myself to be present, right? Because that gives my boys an opportunity to have my presence.
That's right.
And that's a good thing.
So talk really quickly, you told me a little while ago about your tree. I think this would be a good time to talk about the joy around
well,
this tree.
Listen,
now, you don't tell anybody that I have multiple trees.
Okay, I won't. Lori's got 17 trees at her house.
Don't.
I have not put my tree up yet. Okay, now here's the thing. Okay, I was feeling a little Grinchful, and I thought I don't want to put up all that, but you know what? Tree's gonna go up. The boys and I are gonna do it together. We voted. They want the tree. Guess what? We're gonna put it up together and have fun. But I realized, as a parent, we do so many things, not for ourselves, but for our kids.
Yes.
And you know what? To see them be happy and to see them lit up, instead of me buying just a little bitty tree, we're going to put the big tree
Charlie Brown tree.
Yeah, we're going to put up the big tree, but we're going to have the opportunity to all be together, the boys and I, and that's what counts.
I love it so much. So when we do our tree every year, Caitlin and I, my oldest, had a conversation about this, and we were talking about how the boys don't like doing the tree. Like my husband's usually huff, gruff, McGuff. He's never in a bad mood except tree day.
Really?
And then my son, who will get in there and do a few things because he's tall, but he's not into it anymore. He's 16 now.
Yeah.
Caitlin was telling me her husband Michael too was huff, gruff, McGuff. And I said, I wonder if there's something to putting up trees and men. So I would love to hear the comments, by the way, if you have a father or a brother or a husband and they're huff, gruff, McGruff on putting up your Christmas tree. But we as a family completely get together on Christmas tree day. So it was fun. I have tons of pictures of Noah and Audrey, who are my grandbabies.
Oh, the little ones
lifted to the top,
yes.
tearing the tree up from the top. And
That's
so,
awesome.
And then some of the trees we've seen too, real quick, are the bottom's completely gone because you either have an animal or you have a small child that has taken it and
You said an animal or a small child. I like how you put them in the same category.
Oh,
but
really?
let's see, you guys, you sound like you have so many traditions.
Oh, yes, we do.
As a family.
We have so many traditions.
What is one that you carried over from you being little Laurie?
Oh, yes. Yeah, for sure. There's several of them. One of them would be we don't touch a present until Christmas morning. Like, that's just the way it works. Well, my first husband, they did Christmas Eve, and so that was a nice, lovely fight come December 24th every year, but we don't touch a present. So my husband is even more so don't touch a present until Christmas morning. But my kids over the years have talked me into getting them one present on Christmas Eve. So that became a tradition about 10 years ago. One present you could open. Well, I got wise about it because they stay up and have fun together. I got them each a blanket and a movie. So over the years, that at first that was awesome. But now that they get that one present, it's a blanket, they're like, everybody open their blanket. Here's a dope Christmas. I mean, there's no joy for those kids in this.
Teenagers.
But for me, there's tons of joy in seeing them upset.
Young adults.
So that's a big one. The other one would be we do Thanksgiving dinner on Christmas Day.
Oh.
It's an afternoon dinner, but we do the full stuffing, turkey, ham, green bean casserole. Like, we blow it up.
Oh.
What about you guys?
That's big.
Yeah, we do. I mean, Christmas is huge in my home.
Yeah. So with the boys, one of the things we've been doing is I will do a ham, but I also will do a turkey breast. Mm-hmm. And so we make just sandwiches and we'll eat that all day long. So, first meal is at 6 a.m. So eating sugar and whatever, I don't care. But we're just kind of constantly eating, but we will have a movie time in the afternoon that we hang out and we watch a movie. We rotate the selection. Then we'll eat, again, then nap, and then typically try to get out. We try to get out of the house and just drive around, look at some lights. Yeah. And it's a lot of fun.
So a couple of years ago, I always think it's 2 years ago, it was like 15 years ago. 15 years ago, they started doing that 24-hour movie. What's the name of that movie where the kid shoots his eyeball out?
Oh, the Christmas Story.
They started doing a loop of that for 24 hours on Christmas Day. And that was never a part of the deal. Well, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, whenever they started doing it, my brother was like, we should make this a Christmas tradition. My brother's 33 now and has his own family. Right. And I bet they don't do it. But man, for the last 10 to 15 years, we've had the Christmas Story playing in the background on loop.
No way.
24 hours. This is one of those traditions I'm like, please somebody break the chain.
Yes, somebody lose the movie.
Please somebody break the chain.
That movie. So, you all have your traditions, and I think
Yes.
the main thing is those traditions allow us to remember loved ones that we may not have with us anymore. But you also have an opportunity with me being newly single is to add some new ones.
Yes.
Add some things that you can do and include your friends and family. Lots of my friends this past year for Thanksgiving did Friendsgiving.
I know. I've heard this.
And I've heard of that, but you can also do that same thing with kind of Christmas. So it's important.
Friends Christmas giving.
Okay, done.
Okay, well, I was just trying to see if I could come up with something awesome. Okay, so these are some of the moments that I want to savor this year. I always savor Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve in church. We go to church, we go to the Christmas Eve service. And there's just something so special about really, for me, honing in on the birth of Jesus and the silent night. It really is. It really does just settle my soul, and it just calms me. And I really savor that moment. And then as soon as it's over, my entire family goes home, and I was going to invite you to this year, by the way. We bust out tons of snacks, and we play games until we can't play games anymore on Christmas Eve. That's what we do. And so I savor that moment with my family. It's going to be a little different this year because my mom moved to Texas, which I was telling you. We're not going to Texas until the day after Christmas. And so this will be the first year, I want to say the first year in 43 years, I'm 43 years old, that my mom will not be at Christmas morning with us. And there's a small sadness inside of me about that. Like, I want to get choked up about it. But I also love my brother so much that this will be the first year that his kids alone get to have Nana and Papa at their Christmas. So my grandbabies will have me and Jacob Christmas morning.
Right.
And my brother's little ones, who, are 3 and 1, will have their Nana and Papa. So it's difficult for us, but it's such a great tradition that my brother is starting, now that my kids are older. So savoring that moment too, just that memory actually, savoring that memory of how many years Mom and Dad gave up their Christmas morning to come be at my house.
Well, and for me, it's one of those, my last couple of years have been such a whirlwind and a shakeup of my norm.
Yes.
That really looking at stuff and figuring out really what really matters, and being in that position now that I get to select, and the boys are old enough to have their input. That's the stuff that I'm loving. I'm, thankful for the traditions, but I'm grateful, beyond grateful for the new ones that we get to establish together. And, it makes me happy to get in the kitchen and cook with my boys, get them. I love to cook. Don't laugh. You didn't know. I've cooked for you all. Goodness, that's whatever. She's throwing shade. But I love to cook. But I love, allowing the boys. They love to make what's called puppy chow. And it's the rice checks and the chocolate and peanut butter. Listen.
Do you do the white powder?
Yeah, absolutely we do. That's why my house looks like, snow has come inside. There's so much. But we have a lot of fun. But you know what? I want you to encourage you all to savor all these moments. Right where you are, even in the midst of the change or the difficult or the something that's new. I want you to find joy in the midst of that, because you have people around you that you care about and they care about you. And I just want you to be aware of that this year more than ever. And that way we can deposit that into our hearts and be very aware. So on behalf of me and my boys, I want to wish all of you a very, very, very Merry Christmas.
Yep, and on behalf of me and my entire very large family behind me, we want to wish you a wonderful and warm and loving Merry Christmas.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon.